Hey, what's up, everyone? Got a game for you. It's been a bit. What's up, kitty? All right. So I'm playing this kid, Raymond Kaufman, um, international master, Las Vegas, 2012. This is the Grandmaster's son. He was a computer scientist. This Grandmaster won the World Senior. I'm forgetting his name. But anyway, chess family, very strong. And okay, let's get into it. We got a Nimzo, and we do the G3. We could do the G3, um, taking it easy. We'll just scroll through these moves real quick. C5, DC, Bishop C3. I don't know about this Bishop C3. Why not? I think Queen A5 is a thing to take back on C5. I mean, even Bishop C5, but then Queen A4 comes and you take back on C4. And as usual, the light bishop on C8 is not happy, in my opinion. So it should be some comfortable advantage, no matter what. Small advantage, I think. So he took this one, and he went for this thing. So objectively, I don't really love this because he's not developing any of his pieces. He's just kind of just trying to recover the material. I have option to play knight e5, knight c3, rook d2. Then I'm going to go bb2 or knight takes back on c4. And you see this knight can come into d6 and start harassing. Once I chase the couple of bad things are happening, I think. The knight on e5 or knight on d6 will be targeting the b7 weakness with the b on g2, just hammering down. And once I chase the knight away from c3, then a rook can come on b1 as well. And in general, it should be quite nice. If we just do some small analysis here, knight e5 is clearly better. But I didn't do that. I went for this move. And I thought this is kind of clever that I would just go king f1. And now I'm going to take back on c4. I think this knight on c3 is slightly corrupted. It goes back to d5, and then I have an e4 push if I want. And I'm just going to get rook c4, rook b1, and it's fairly comfortable for me. And, this looks pretty flexible. I was kind of happy at this point. Rook here, king here. This is a strong move, just to make sure there are no shenanigans on the d1 square. And if I take on b7, there's a knight a5, so this is clever. He'll fork the rooks. So we kick him away, and he goes for the tempo. We disappear, and he went for bishop a4, rook d2. Okay, so he's got quite a bunch of pieces on the A file. I'm not exactly sure what they're doing out there. And we attack this. Now here I expected him to go bishop e8 or something. Bishop e8. Then I was going to take on d8. Rook takes d8. Bishop d2. Knight a4. And rook takes a4, and bishop takes a5. Rook d1 check, king e2, rook a1. I have bishop c3 or something, and he takes with a check. Let's look at it. I think this should be pretty good for me. Knight c6 was another move. Bishop c6, I don't appreciate that because I'll just jump in and attack it. Maybe some knight e5s. So yeah, bishop e8, take, bishop d, knight a4, rook a4, bishop a4, bishop takes a5, rook d1, king e2, rook a1, king e3. Or king e3, rook takes a2, bishop b4. So it's two pieces for the rook. And if we go to analysis board, well, let's not do that yet. We'll stop the analysis. We'll go into the game. But in general, the two pieces for the rook, comfortable for me. But he didn't do that. He went bishop c2, which was clever. Right? He's trying to solve the problems tactically. But this kind of just doesn't work because I have bishop b2. Of course, I can't take on c2 because rook d1 is mate. So I went bb2, and now what to do? Take. Everybody's on pre. So, I thought he tried to solve every problem tactically, but the thing is, too many pieces were hanging. So it's just kaput. We covered this square. I could have taken on a7 also. F5, bishop c3 here, and take on, and that's kind of the end of the game. So what the hell happened here? Bishop basically trying to solve this tactically just didn't work out. Bishop c2 was a fresh lemon. It's a fresh lemon. So let's go to analysis board, because I thought it was kind of fascinating, more or less, that he should go. Let's just go to the bishop e8 line, because I think that was the critical move. At least that's what I was thinking. I didn't understand bishop c6 just letting me get knight e5 with the tempo. Because if I take on c6 and he's got to take with the b pawn, then the pawns are split, and it should be very comfortable for me. So bishop e8 is the top choice, and this is where I was headed. Just so we might as well just go there. And then this one, and I was going to eat this guy, and then I was going to take this, and we saw this one here, and this, and a bishop. I guess there are a few moves here. Bishop c3. Yeah, bishop c3 is the thing. I think that's what I was. King e3. It sort of works out the same, or maybe a little bit different. King e3. And then I would have to do something, a couple of moves, but let's go with bb4 because top choice. And then king here. Oh, not this one. I'm sorry, I don't want to hang that pawn. Yeah, bishop here, and then I'll go knight d2. Knight d2. And sort of something like this. Where I'm probably going to get in some knight c4s, e5s, but maybe it's not so bad, right? bb5, f4, and yeah, zeros. Because of the outside a pawn. In fact, it's starting to prefer black. But it is easier to play. It's sort of hovering in the twilight zone between equal. I think practically this is kind of difficult for white to play, to be honest. I wonder if there's any other construction that I can use for favorable. I know the bishop b4, the computer's bishop b4 seems a little bit crazy. Let me try something else. Let's go king e here and take, and now see if I have another square. It really is insisting on bb4. Knight e1's interesting. knight e1 and bd2. Let's go with bd2. How about bd2? Because the other one feels a bit artificial. This one rook here. Yeah, these triple pieces, they're kind of, it's kind of tough, huh? Just because black's plan is very clear. This a pawn is going to run, and white has to play perfectly. This would have been tough for me. So yeah, it's equal, but I would have to sort of. I feel like I'm on the slightly worse side of equal. So let me see if there is another method that I can use. This is where I was going though. Take. Or anything else? Not really. That's sort of the way it would have had to go. So yeah, I suppose that that black is doing okay here. If he had just gone bishop e8, I guess the thing to learn here is, you know, when you're in tactical mode, sometimes it's difficult to switch your mindset. And but he had to kind of realize that all these tricks just they just don't work. They just don't work. I think we've all been there where you have a complex position and you're thinking about all the sharpest moves, and sometimes you just have to pass and go back and just say it's time to chill. So everything sort of worked out ultimately. So in the end, the rook d4 move maybe wasn't the best way, and that, oops, well, that's gonna ruin the whole thing. Let's go back. Okay, we're good. Let's get out of Amazon. So the best way would have been knight e5, knight c3, and this is very big advantage. Rook d2, knight d5, and knight c4, and this is the correct way. Now the bishop goes on b2, the rook goes on b1, the knight's coming into d6. Oh, look at this. Bishop d7, this one, wow. This is a tough one. Knight e3, top radar. That's pretty cool. I think most humans maybe go e4, rook b1. I would be drawn to rook b1, which is also clear advantage. Knight d6, like we mentioned, but knight e3, I don't know if I'm gonna go for knight e3. Knight d6 or rook b1, I would say, are top human choices. Let's go with rook b1. I feel that's the most natural, to be honest. And then this is gonna happen for sure. And knight a5 would be my first instinct. And this one. Knight takes b7. Bishop b2 is also a thing. Bishop a3. Kind of like bishop a3. You leave the position as it is. Yeah, I would probably go bishop a3, to be honest. Rook a b8. And then something like this. Yeah. And, oh, well, this is a good move, huh? Rook c1, knight d5. Bishop takes knight. Wow. And just try to get this pass pawn. This is pretty cool. And he takes b7 because the c6 is coming with the tempo on the rook. This is why bishop a3 is such a human move, because you see the rook at the end of the rainbow there. Here in c6. Okay. Bishop c6, rook c6. Well, I guess we have this. Anyway, this is clear advantage for white for sure. You know, I mean, if rook a8 is a computer move, you know you're doing all right. Rook a8, top move. Look at this. I mean, how many people would do this? Rook a8, top choice. Yeah. So white's pieces are just better. And that's all there is to it. Bishop goes on d4, king comes in the game, when black is slightly suffering. So this is, well, this is one method. Honestly, I don't know if bishop d5 would be in my hemisphere. I want to try something else. And forget rook cb1, e4. Okay, let's look at e4 because that's interesting. Even though we're cutting down our own bishop there, it kind of has to disappear. Oh wow, look at this beautiful thing. Oh, f4, f4, rook d1, many moves. But yeah, black looks a little bit boxed in, right? Like you're always on the lookout for something terrible. Rook d1. I like this. f4. Let's just go for f4. Rook fc8. That seems to make some sense. Rook d1 or rook d2 or knight c6. Rook d1, knight f8, knight c6, bc6. That's cool. Yeah, rook d1, knight f8, knight c6, bc6, and rook d6. Yeah, this is pretty happy. I think this is going into the one pawn zone. This is going to be going into the one pawn zone. So knight e5 certainly better than rook d4, what I did. And but okay, the man went a bit nuts, and it all worked out. Okay, we're in the jungle. We're gonna go for some coffee. I like these solid ways against the Nimzo. Kasparov used to play this knight f3 with g3, and I kind of like it. There are a billion ways to play white, and that's one of the easier paths. Not so difficult, not a lot to learn. But remember this knight e5 maneuver. I will do that next time. All right, everyone, have a great day.